What's up, everybody? Today, I'm gonna do a Wrestlemania Night 1 review. I'm back in this bitch. They gave me a strike. I don't know why, but it is what it is. We're gonna move forward and make this community a better place. Alright, guys, we're gonna start off with match 1 tonight. This Wrestlemania was okay. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give it a 6 out of 10. You feel what I mean? We had some good shit, and we had a good main event. There was some boring ass matches. So we'll start off with the first match. Jey Uso versus Gunther. Wow. Are you fucking kidding me? We have the Royal Rumble winner open the show, Jey Uso fucking kicking off the WrestleMania event. Wow. Can he at least have match 5 and we can have Rey Mysterio versus Chad Gable kick off the show? But it is what it is. We gotta deal with it, right? So we start off with the match, right? With Gunther chopping Jey Uso, right? He gets fucking kicked to the outside of the ring, right? Then Jey Uso does a weak-ass Enzuri kick. What the hell is this? He does a weak-ass Enzuri kick. I don't like it. It's a real botch to me. This is what I'm saying. Jey Uso needs better moves here. You know what I'm saying? Jey Uso's body slams Gunther into Gunther slamming him, right? So basically they counter each other's body slams, right? He can't even do it. But eventually he body slams Gunther and kicks him in his head. He kicks out. He slaps and kicks Jey Uso around, and then Jey Uso hits a spear, right? He then hits a frog splash, and then Gunther kicks out. Gunther grabs his belt, right, and tries to walk away, right? Like, I don't know why. That's some heel shit, right? He yells like, "You don't deserve to be champion. Nobody wins here. Nobody wins here. You don't deserve to win." He walked out knowing damn well. Eventually, he puts Jey Uso into the headlock, and then fucking Jey Uso counters, right? He puts Gunther into 3 frog splashes, right? This is a good way to win the match. But then what does Jey Uso do? He puts a chokehold on Gunther. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? He steals the chokehold from Gunther, and then eventually Gunther taps out. He taps out, or he faints out, right? I don't get that, right? So, congrats to Jey Uso. He's now the new World Heavyweight Champion, right? Wow. So you're telling me the main event, no. To open the show, Jey Uso, the mid-card Jey Uso, is going to take care of this world title for the rest of the year? Wow. If anything, I'm going to give my props to Jey Uso. He came a long way, but at the same time, you can't convince me that this dude with like fucking 2 finishers and 1 signature, basically the same moves that he had his whole career, and he steals a finisher from Roman Reigns, right? It's going to tell me, somebody's going to tell me that this dude is going to run the show and take WWE to another level. Yeah, he's going to take it to another level, to the trash can. The only reason he's winning the Royal Rumble because he's selling merch. He has a new box of cereal out, which I'm going to probably try. I hope it's good. You know what I'm saying? And then Jimmy Uso comes in and celebrates, right? I like this, I thought he was going to turn on him, right? Because I'm so used to people just turn on each other, right? But anyways, right, he celebrates, and then they get out the ring, and you'll probably drink tequila and this and that, right? So basically, they walk through the crowd, celebrating with them, right? This is, a goofy-ass match. But at the same time, hopefully Jey Uso could get into the main event and progress his character more. So, I got to give my props. I'm not hating, but with Gunther, put him at the sideline. He don't deserve no rematch here because Gunther doesn't defend the title and do anything with it, right? Fuck that. Let's move on. Up next, we have the New Day versus the World Raiders, the World Tag Team Champions, right? Xavier Woods looks really stupid here with his hair. Like, why don't he just braid his whole hair? He looks so dumb with the 2 side braids. And with he's looking like a character from one of the video games, right? I don't know who he's trying to look like, but he looks dumb. Let the females look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. So basically, they fucking start arguing with this guy named Joe in the fucking crowd, right? I don't know his last name. And with Pat McAfee. Like a bunch of pussies. Like, dude, just come in the ring and just wrestle. Like, you don't see heels like the Dudley Boys yelling and bitching at fans and shit. No. They actually just talk their shit and they start talking crazy to them. You know what I'm saying? Just come in there and wrestle. This is a decent match, They basically go back and forth until I eventually started falling asleep because this is a boring-ass match. You know what I'm saying? Because the New Day are not progressing the characters. They're cutting the same boring-ass promos every week on Raw. And at least they're wrestling and progressing and going out there and doing their thing, right? I got to give props to that. So basically, they win the match. And now, the New Day are 12-time Tag Team Champions. Great. What is next? What is next for the New Day? Hopefully they'll progress more and stop cutting the same promo, right? Now, they start showing guest appearances They started showing my boy O'Shea Jackson Jr. in the building, right? We got Jelly Roll as well, and a couple other people, right? Got Lil Yachty. This is good, you know? But it's like every week on Raw, they have to show another guest appearance, which is really annoying. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. I don't even like it. You know what I'm saying? But who cares? Of course people are going to show up because it's wrestling. You don't have to keep showing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could care less, if, for example, if Adam Sandler was at Monday Night Raw, if I see him in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I could care less. You know, I'm just going to be like, oh shit, it's Adam Sandler. You know what I mean? And I'm going to watch wrestling. You know what I mean? So up next, we have Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Naomi looks great here, you know? Without the fro, looks great. You know why? Without the fro and shit, she looks a lot better here, you know? She was looking real raggedy with that shit. She looks like she had a bad hair day and just woke up with hair everywhere in her face. You know what I'm saying? And then Jade Cargill comes out looking like somebody's auntie. Like, really. Like, fix that shit. The hairstyle looks dumb. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We gotta ride with it, right? Jade starts beating her up, right? And then eventually, Naomi counters and then gets thrown off the top rope after trying to kick Jade. Jade Cargill hits the body slam to Naomi, right? Hits another drop kick like to Naomi, right? I'm over here eating a Whopper, right? And eventually, like 2 minutes later, she's still squashing and beating the shit out of Naomi. Like, this is just a waste of time because we seen on SmackDown she's beat the shit out of Naomi like every week. So what's the point of even having this match? You might as well just book Jade Cargill versus Bianca at this point. If you know damn well you're just gonna book this every week on SmackDown, why would you ever win the Elimination Chamber? Just give the win to Liv Morgan. She can face Rhea. You know what I'm saying? This is just a waste of time. Like, this is just a SmackDown match. Jade Cargill versus Naomi is like a SmackDown match at this point. And then we have Jey Uso versus Gunther in a fucking tag team match. Dude, this is like a Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Are you fucking kidding me? Literally, it's really stupid if you ask me. So basically, this is just a waste of time, like I said. And then she does the split kick, split leg moonsault on Jay, and she kicks out. Basically, Jay wins this match after her finisher, which we all knew was going to happen. We all knew Jade Cargill was going to win this match. Now, if you thought Bianca was going to get involved in this match, you're a fucking idiot. No, so if you thought she was going to turn heel, no. You got to let this shit play out. So here's what I'm thinking, right? Why don't you have Naomi help Bianca win the match next night, right? And then eventually, fucking Bianca teams up with Naomi, right? And then after Backlash or so, we'll eventually know that Bianca set up Jay. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are booing Bianca, and she don't show up for 2 weeks. And that's when she explains herself, right? And this is where, you know, we get the Jay versus Bianca thing. Because why we have to keep saying Bianca versus Rhea? You know what I mean? That feud is taking us nowhere. All because Rhea is upset because she lost her title shot. Retired that she never lost, yeah. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this Jade Cargill versus Naomi shit is just wasting my time. You understand? This is a SmackDown match and it should have been happening. Like I said, waste time. Let's move on. So I'd see these commercials, right? And this commercial done pissed me off, right? See, I don't try to shame women here, but fucking Cardi B. Fucking Cardi B is gonna host SummerSlam this year, everybody. Yay! Guess what? Nobody gives a fuck. Okay? Of course it's gonna be a 2-night event. This woman here is so fucking annoying. Literally, she's just disgusting. Literally. She's got the worst music of all time. She sucks on the mic. You know what I'm saying? She probably seems like a sweet, fun girl to be around. But let's be honest. Cardi B has the worst music of all time. She steals part of people's music. So no, I don't want to see her host SummerSlam. Bro, can you imagine if she hosts WrestleMania today? I would lose my shit. I would lose it. Because Triple H is a fucking idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. So yeah, let's move on. Okay, guys, the United States Championship match. We have Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight. We go to the match, and basically, LA Knight hits his finisher 2 times on Fatu. He gets right back up, like he's such a damn scary monster or something, right? So it is what it is, because Jacob's a big boy, and he's going to do what he got to do. So basically, LA Knight hits the golden knee to Fatu, and then Fatu hits the body slam to LA Knight. Then eventually, he knees Fatu to the face. He throws Fatu through the top ropes, and then hits the elbow drop. But then Fatu kicks out, right? So basically, I'm getting sleepy here, right? Basically, these guys are just going back and forth, back and forth. So, you know, I wake back up, and eventually, Jacob Fatu hits the Samoan drop, and then hits 2 moonsaults. And then now, Jacob Fatu hits the pinfall and wins the United States Championship. Great. What's next? Like, it's really a waste of time. Like, I don't even want Jacob Fatu as the United States Champion. This dude looks so fucking stupid. But hey, that's how you book a WWE debut. They win the mid card title a year after or during after their debut, and then you book him to become world champion. This is good shit. I mean, if Jacob Fatu wins the World Rumble next year, it is what it is. But if he's gonna win the World Rumble, he needs to stop coming out here spitting on his beard and out here, out here doing all that shit, talking about some Fatu. Like, dude, shut up. Stop hyping yourself up, dude. You look weird. You know what I'm saying? If I show a video of somebody of Jacob Fatu out here looking like that, like they'll look at me like, bro, who the fuck is that? This dude has some problems. You know what I mean? Come on now. So, congrats to Jacob Fatu. Hopefully there'll be some good booking and they progress his character. And they make him do a lot better because he's looking really weird. You know what I'm saying? I can't hate. You know what I mean? It's business. Up next, we have Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. So basically, Rey Mysterio is injured, right, because of last week, right? So he's getting replaced by Rey Fenix, who debuted on SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking forward to the match. Nobody gives a fuck. So Fandango from NXT or something, whatever his name is, he was in the crowd, and then basically he hits El Grande in the face, right? When El Grande starts talking shit, right? So basically, I didn't care for the match, and obviously we all know that Rey Fenix won the match, right? So yeah, I didn't look forward to the match. It is what it is. At least El Grande got his ass beat tonight as Chad Gable. Again, I don't like how they're booking Chad Gable here. It's really stupid. And a lot of people are trying to convince me that Chad Gable, that's not Chad Gable, or Chad Gable and El Grande are the same. They're probably the same person as Chad Gable in a fucking mask. We all know damn well it's Chad Gable. Like, if smart people understood from last month when Chad Gable visited Luchadors, you know damn well he's El Grande. You know what I'm saying? So stop playing with me. That's how dumb WWE is. And Triple H trying to make it seem like we're all so dumb here. We're not dumb, motherfucker. We know you're stupid. And he goes on the internet and try to criticize us and talking about we're critics and we're hating on the company. No, dude. You suck ass. The company's shit. Because you can't book properly. You can't have a consistent storyline. And you can't have them have a match together. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's move on. Basically, Shawn Michaels comes out and says 61,460 people are attending tonight at WrestleMania, right? I saw the damn no because I think he was moving his hand around and we saw the damn thing before he announced it. I was like, great. It's 61,000 people who spent like over $1,000 fucking dollars on a ticket. What the hell? So basically that's what, like 100,000 WWE made from tickets? Oh my god. Can you imagine this shit? You spend like over 1,000 for a fucking ticket at WrestleMania, knowing it's gonna be shit? But who gives a fuck, right? Like literally, right? Like this dude out here, I don't know who even cares, right? And basically they show a fucking guest appearance, a face of fucking Dana White for the second time. Like why? Why I gotta show him for the second time? You know what I'm saying? Like they make it seem like Dana White's just good visionary. He's not. Nobody gives a fuck. Let's be honest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. So up next we have Tiffany Time versus Charlotte Flair. Tiffany comes out with her Barbie doll entrance. With her fucking, with the Barbie doll buildings, right, of her different uniforms, right? In her gym uniform and her yellow dress. Again, why? Why do we have to see some shit like this, right? So this is our face of WWE. This is going to be the face of the women's division. This is what women have to look up to. This is what they have to do. They have to be like Barbie dolls and little girls and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you got to be whatever as a woman would do. It's Barbies, you dumb fucks. You can't be out here looking like a fucking woman. I mean, a little ass kid, you know what I mean? So Charlotte Flair comes out with her accomplishment goes on the TV screen and in a good Titron entrance. A real adultish, fucking appropriate entrance for anybody. Who's going to be on top? Who's going to be world champion, right? So basically, it shows that she's a 13-time world champion on TV. It's very impressive. Very impressive for the Flairs, right? And then Tiffany Time wants to go up against Charlotte Flair. Why the fuck can Charlotte just go up against Rhea instead? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's just a waste of time here. Because literally Charlotte has been cooking Tiffany for the past, weeks or so? Literally. This is bullshit. This is an okay match, right? We start off with a little back and forth, right? Charlotte hits Tiffany in her stomach, right? While Tiffany gets thrown into the crowd. She starts beating up Tiffany and then hits a boot kick. Hits a big boot, right? After she goes for the fucking kick, right? So basically she yells, "Get up, bitch. Get up." Show me what you got. You know what I'm saying? Show me what you got, right? So basically, she does 10 chops and hits Tiffany right in the chest like 10 times. And then Tiffany comes up and smacks Charlotte Flair, and they go back and forth. Tiffany slams Flair, Flair's repaired leg where she got injured from, and then Flair punches her, right? She slams Tiffany's leg onto the rope pole, and then slams her leg again in the ring. So Tiffany counters the fucking figure four-way lock, right? You know, this is good. You know what I'm saying? Okay, match. Tiffany keeps hitting her injured knee, right? And then Flair counters the moonsault, right? And then basically, Tiffany retains, right? So she basically wins the match after her finisher, right? I don't know what the name is. I don't care. This is bullshit. Tiffany's not ready to be the main event star. Really, she was cooked by Charlotte Flair, and you're going to give her the win? Like, I understand. If a rookie gets cooked and she wins her first WrestleMania, I understand. You got to give her props. So I'm not going to lie. I got to give props to fucking Tiffany for winning her first WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Very lucky. So what's next for Tiffany, right? What's next? Is Charlotte Flair going to keep coming after her? And she's going to lose after shot after shot after shot? Or is Tiffany just going to lose to Charlotte Flair at Backlash? Let me know something. So basically, we get to the fucking Hall of Fame induction thing, right? Where the Hall of Fame people come out. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart, Triple H, Michelle McCool, and others, right? And, you know, I would like to congratulate everybody, right? I really like the Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart match at WrestleMania in the field. Like, I really saw highlights, like, for years on the damn YouTube thing, right? And really, they even had more build-ups and more promos and more brawls than Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, to be honest. All we've seen is, like, 4 promos between these two. No brawls, except for the one where Cena beat the shit out of Cody at Elimination Chamber. So you're going to convince to me that John Cena versus Cody Rhodes is going to be one of the best rivalries of all time? No, it's not. Because it's due to Triple H's shitted ass booking. Are you kidding me right now? And then Triple H starts doing his spit, his fucking catchphrase spit of the water, right? And he gets his water on the fucking camera. Like, what the fuck, bro? What do we gotta see your disgusting bacteria spit on the damn camera? Come on, man. I understand you gotta celebrate and all that, bro. But, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want to give congrats to everybody, right? Triple H just had a good career. But the only reason Triple H just inducted himself to the Hall of Fame because he knows he's shit at his job. He knows he's not doing a good job being consistent with storylines, and he knows he's not putting any superstars on in position. He knows his superstars suck, and they're boring. Literally, Cody Rhodes sucks ass. Do I have to keep going down a list here? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, everybody, man. This night has been complete so ass so far. This night has been so shit. This reminds me of an Extreme Rules pay-per-view match with legends coming out celebrating. You know what I'm saying? Just let's be honest here, right? I'm gonna be real. So eventually, we get to the main event. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. This was a great match, even though this was a meaningless-ass match, and this could have happened in Elimination Chamber or on Monday Night Raw. You know what I'm saying? Just a waste of time here, but, you know, Seth Rollins comes out looking like The Undertaker's robe. Like, it looks like a whole robe that just came out of nowhere and with an invisible man from the 90s. You get what I'm saying? And then basically, we go to the black and white. I thought the fucking Peacock thing was shut down. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? So we pop up and Seth Rollins comes out in white, right? So it's kind of weird here. He goes from black to white. And, you know, I can hear the neat geeks and idiots on the fucking internet talking about, well, Seth Rollins is from the dark side. He's going to the good side. Seth Rollins from the dark side to the good side. Man, shut the fuck up. And let's just watch the match and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So Roman Reigns comes out and does his Tribal Chief entrance, you know? It doesn't hit the same no more. Without the championship, without Paul Heyman there, without Solo being there, his bodyguard. So it just doesn't feel the same Roman Reigns to me, you know? And it just really confuses me and pisses me off that Roman Reigns, this is like his first match since the Royal Rumble. Or no, fuck the Royal Rumble. That's just the Royal Rumble match. Since Raw, since he faced Solo Sikoa. Like I said, why don't he just face Seth Rollins at Raw if we were going to make this a fucking triple threat match? So we have some build-up and hype going into it. But we had a little hype up into it when Paul Heyman decided to side with CM Punk. And you know what I'm saying? We got to go from there. So basically, there's a fucking promo package from CM Punk doing a similar promo from 2006, right? I actually like it too, you know? I think CM Punk is one of the best He's in my top 10 to 20, right? He's there up there with Del Rio, Sheamus, Christian, Edge. He's up there in that list. So, CM Punk, he's got good promos, but I ain't gonna lie. He is an asshole in real life. I gotta tell it what it is, right? You know what I'm saying? But the whole straight edge, I don't smoke, I don't drink shit. It's really getting on my nerves. So nobody cares, right? So we get to the match, right? After Living Color does a live version of CM Punk's song. I actually think it was cool. It was awesome. And this is Punk's first main event of WrestleMania. It's actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? And it really shocks me that it says on the TV, it's his first WrestleMania in 12 years and his first time main eventing WrestleMania. And this is his 8th WrestleMania, right? You know what I'm saying? I could just see CM Punk going for like at least 3 WrestleManias and then retire, He's not going to get up there with Cena and Orton. Let's just be honest. Like Punk, his time is running. Tick, 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 tock. You know what I'm saying? But we get to the match after. So basically, we start with the match with CM Punk talks to Paul Heyman. He's saying, yo, Paul, should I suck his nuts or should I suck Roman Reigns' nuts? Paul's like, I don't know. Maybe you should suck Roman Reigns' nuts. You know what I'm saying? And then Seth Rollins like, hey, bro, let's beat this guy up and then you and me end this thing once and for all. And Roman Reigns like, no, nigga, and starts whooping his ass, right? So we start with these two brawling with each other, right? And CM Punk comes in and all 3 of them start brawling with each other. Say, regular old triple threat match shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns starts kicking Seth Rollins in his face. Roman Reigns then slams CM Punk around, right? Then after CM Punk is slammed around, him and Seth Rollins start beating each other up. CM Punk throws Seth Rollins into the fucking crowd. Another brawl, right? I think it's awesome where the wrestlers start brawling in the crowd. Like last year with The Rock and Seth Rollins was brawling. Now he's brawling with CM Punk. I think it's actually cool, man. You know what I'm saying? So CM Punk basically hits Seth Rollins with their WrestleMania chair, grabs it from a van, right? Like, why would you grab that? They set their ass and their nuts on it. But it is what it is. I would have did the same thing and hit my opponent with it. That shit where the fucking, was sitting us behind that. You know what I'm saying? So basically, fucking Seth Rollins gets up and he starts beating up CM Punk, right? He grabs the fucking garbage can and hits him, right? CM Punk then suplexes him on a garbage can. They start beating and punching each other in the face, right? This is good shit, right? I like when they start taking it to the crowd, fans up there, seeing close picture of them fighting each other. You just imagine this shit, right? Like, bro, I just want to be there and experience that shit, man. These two just kicking each other asses, bro, and throwing each other around. Yo, it's awesome shit, right? This is what I'm saying. We need wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here, So Roman Reigns jumps into the crowd and starts beating both of them up. He throws CM Punk into the prime drink tray, right? He slams him on there, right? Roman Reigns shit, right? It's funny as hell. So CM Punk then hits the DDT and a neckbreaker combo on both Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. I actually thought it was cool. It looked cool as fuck, right? So then he hits a body slam on Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins tries to hit the suplex on Punk. And then CM Punk tries to hit the suplex, but Roman Reigns throws both of them off the top rope. Superman punch to CM Punk, and then he kicks out. CM Punk then hits the encounter vice on Roman, and then Seth Rollins comes up and hits a frog slash on both of them, with CM Punk kicking out once again. Seth Rollins then hits a buckle bomb on both of them. He hits the spear on CM Punk by Roman Reigns. So then he tries to hit the spear on Seth, and then Seth hits into a pedigree. So basically Seth Rollins stumps out Roman Reigns with the curb stop. Roman Reigns then kicks out. He hits another spear to Seth Rollins, and then CM Punk hits the GTS. He kicks out of the move. Then Seth Rollins hits the pedigree of CM Punk, and then he kicks out once again. God damn, so many finishers and people kicking out. You know what I'm saying? That's some regular triple threat match shit, right? So basically Seth Rollins yells at Roman Reigns says, you're nothing without The Rock. You're nothing without the Usos or your family. Listen, we put out CM Punk, this dead cancer, this dark motherfucker, out of this business, and we fight through this thing together. You know what I'm saying? And basically, Seth Rollins gets the table ready, right? Roman Reigns looks upset. He comes out the ring, looking like he's about to cry and shit. He looks at Paul. He looks at Seth. It's a lot of confusion, right? He's got his wise man in there, and he's got his buddy from back in the day, and he went through hell with him, right? So, it's a lot of heat right there, right? But why the fuck you gotta go out there crying, nigga? Go out there and wrestle. So he then yells, he says, get the tables. Shield powerbomb, right? So he slaps Seth Rollins, right? And then Roman Reigns slams both of them into the table, right? He pushes him to the ring, and then he hits a spear. He kicks out, obviously, for the 1,000th time. He kicks out of the spear. You know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns starts yelling at Punk about some stupid favor, right? And then Michael Cole yells at Paul Heyman as he gets upset when Roman Reigns attacks CM Punk and they start beating each other up, right? So Michael Cole starts yelling and saying, "This is your fault, Paul. This is your fault." We already know this, man. You know this is Paul Heyman's fault. So it is what it is, right? We gotta move on, right? So Paul Heyman starts crying like a little bitch as they start beating each other up. And then CM Punk hits the Icon device on Roman. You know, this is okay, right? This is an okay match. But again, you know, they're fighting for no fucking reason. And I'd rather see Roman and Seth fight it out. And then have Roman Reigns have Paul on his side. And then Paul Heyman hypes up and talks shit to Seth. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. What the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And then basically Roman Reigns hits the chokehold on Seth Rollins. And then CM Punk hits the curb stop on Roman Reigns. Then he does a GTS on Seth Rollins and he kicks out for the 1,000th time, right? Paul Heyman then grabs a chair. And then Paul Heyman, CM Punk and Roman Reigns look at Paul Heyman. It's like, "Give me the chair, Paul. Give me the chair." Roman Reigns looks sad, right? As Paul gives the chair to Punk. And then Paul Heyman gets into the ring and hits the low blow on CM Punk. He says, I'm sorry, Punk. This is my tribal chief." He starts crying and shit. Obviously, he does the fake crying, right? You know what I'm saying? Roman Reigns starts smiling, right? He gives the chair to Roman Reigns. And then he hits CM Punk with the chair. Paul Heyman tells Roman to hit Seth Rollins in the back of the chair. He hypes up Roman Reigns and says, here's your moment. You get to get on him. You get to attack him. My tribal chief, you get to attack him. So then Paul Heyman eventually low blows Roman Reigns. Now, a lot of people predicted this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not just only me. A lot of people call this shit out, including me. I told you, Paul Heyman needs to turn on Roman and Punk. Take these niggas out and side with Seth Rollins. Because these niggas don't care about you. They weren't there for you. They only are there for you for a favor and if they need something. So what Paul Heyman needs to do is move on and do his own thing. Regardless if that's teaming with Seth Rollins or he leaves WWE. I really don't give a flying fuck. Or he finds somebody else to form a manager with. Or he could just form a manager, or he could just team up with Brock Lesnar again. Who gives a fuck? So basically Seth Rollins hits the curb stop and then fucking hits the 1, 2, 3 and he wins the match. Now, finally WWE is listening to the fans. Finally WWE wants to listen. Because Triple H wants to go on the fucking internet and talk about how we're criticals. We're critics, talking about stop being critics, be fans. Nigga, you need to do your job. You need to know what takes WWE to another level. And that's Paul Heyman turning on CM Punk. CM Punk and Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't give a fuck about Paul Heyman. They weren't there for him. So what the hell? Roman Reigns was nowhere to be found for 4 months after Paul Heyman was being treated like shit by the bloodline. And then they took his ass out. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think Roman Reigns should be forming with Paul Heyman ever again. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going to cry on the internet about this shit. Well, you guys should have knew this a long time ago. Roman Reigns and CM Punk don't care about Paul Heyman. So the thing that Paul Heyman can do is start managing other superstars and get their careers going. And eventually Paul Heyman's going to turn on them. So for you people to think that they're going to turn on Paul Heyman, this and that, hey, maybe they know for once and for all that Paul Heyman is a snake. So this is a lot of questions that are going to happen for the Raw after WrestleMania. Where is Seth Rollins going to be at? Is Paul Heyman going to be in the building? You know what I'm saying? So I got to give night 1 a 6 out of 10. This is okay. We can do a lot better. But hey, man, like I said, WWE is doing their thing. But we can't keep having great moments and surprising moments, and then we go to a shit every week show in the daily booking of Raw or SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? We got to continuously do this shit. We got to be consistent. Consistency is important, and consistency makes things better and can take things far in life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, WWE, I'm looking forward to night 2. So I'll see you guys for another review. Peace out.